Hello and welcome to Rush Beyond's course on how to start a travel blog. The entire purpose of this course really boils down to how you can start an amazing travel blog with ease. So here's what we will cover today. Step 1, we're going to show you how to pick out a travel blog name that is both amazing and everlasting. Step 2, we're going to show you how to set up your travel blog even with no computer skills. Step 3, you're going to learn how your blog works. Step 4, we're going to teach you how to make your website look beautiful instantly. Step 5, we're going to teach you how to get a logo. Step 6 is going to go through the essential plugins throughout WordPress. Step 7, how you can make money while doing travel blogging. And want to teach you much, much more. Throughout this presentation and throughout this course, hope to give you a ton of value with different experiences, tips, advice, all through successes and failures. And if you're willing to stay to the very end, I'm going to give you all the resources that are utilized throughout this video. And at the very, very end, there will be a special tip, which has changed travel blogging for me and helped me travel blog 3 times faster than I used to. So stick around and let's jump into it. I look forward to working with you, and if you'd like the chance to connect with me directly, you can reach me on Instagram at rush_beyond or reach out to me via email at mike@rushbeyond.com. Thank you so much and look forward to diving in how you can start a travel blog. Step 1, how to pick out a travel blog name that is amazing and everlasting. Within this step, we're going to explore what does it mean to be everlasting, as well as where you should even start. So what does it mean to be everlasting? Well, first of all, you don't want to pick a name that's going to change over time or be completely short-lived. Maybe it's trendy or in the moment. But for example, you wouldn't want to pick something like Young Tan Mountain Climber, because odds are you won't always be young, you might not always stay tan, and mountain climber, although that's a niche, it is going to put you in a very small niche. Another example would be you wouldn't necessarily want the Happy Traveler or Smiley Traveler unless you're really going to base everything upon being happy and smiling, but you might want a little more broad topic on the adjectives and maybe a little more niche focus on the root word that you're using. And you definitely want to pick a name that's going to be relevant for years to come. So any kind of movie quotes or anything that's very, very small niche is something that I would avoid if I'm you. Where should you even start? Well, first and foremost, I would say that you want a website or domain name or branding name that's going to be 15 characters or less. One, this is for ease of use. Oftentimes, if you get any longer than this, your name becomes a bit of a tongue twister or hard to say. Also for shareability, if you start adding more characters than that or too many words, it's really hard to have one person pass that on to another person. One of the biggest reasons for this is because a Twitter handle or your Twitter username is going to have to be 15 characters or less, and also for writing any type of posts. Once it gets into more characters, for example, on Twitter, you only get so many characters. And so if you're using up 25 of those right off the bat, or if you want to use your name twice and you're using 50 characters, that's just simply not going to make sense. So keep it short and succinct, and it'll provide a much better username or website. And something I don't see taught very often, which I'm excited to dive into, is you want to see if this username is going to be, or your domain name or website name is going to be on a variety of different social media platforms. So shortly, I'm going to dive into a website called namecheck.com where you're going to be able to see if your name is widely available. So I'll do a quick walkthrough on that here shortly. And you want to make sure the website is available. I think if you're thinking a ton of names, this is going to be one of the very, very first steps. If your website's not available, it's going to be very hard to brand it. And you want to make sure it's the exact website and that you don't have to add on any kind of prefixes or anything after the words to make it blend with the website. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on, you can barely see it here in this picture, but there's a way to find a lot of different website names all at once. And I'll go ahead and do that just a little bit here. The last thing I recommend as you're picking out a name for your brand and your website is that you do bounce these ideas off of other people. Friends, family, strangers, whoever's willing to listen. you get a real good sense if your name is going to work well, if people are able to pronounce it. Sometimes it's best to show people the name written down so that when they read it, you realize right away whether it makes sense to them or not. But in general, sometimes what you see as being the best is not necessarily that great of a name. So with this, I do want to jump over to NameCheck and do our quick walkthrough. So here we are at namecheck.com. That's NAMECHK.com. And I want to show you a very, very valuable tool that's going to let you know if the domain name is available for .com and show you a variety of usernames and if they're available. So when you're seeking out your domain name or your branding name, you're going to want to see whether the Facebook's available, the YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, Blogger, Google+, and the other varieties of different platforms that you might be marketing on. So you have Pinterest, StumbleUpon. Again, here's a ton of different ways, and I encourage you to check out this site, but you might see a lot of different platforms that stick out to you that you want to advertise on. And so again, I came up with rushbeyond.com for my username or my domain name, but for this example, just going to pick some random examples, but say I use Rush Travels, and then that's all you have to type in. You don't have to type in .com, but say I wanted this domain and username, and you can see right away I hit enter. The domain rushtravels.com is unavailable. It's unavailable on Facebook, YouTube, Blogger, so it's definitely missing a couple of the top marketing platforms I would like to use. And ideally, whatever you're focusing in on is what you want to be green lighted. But I also encourage you to look out for the future, and you'll want as many green lighted platforms as possible. So let's type in another name. So I'll go ahead and try another username. Again, I'm making these up off the top of my head, but we'll try something like Rush Nomad. I'd want that for a brand and the domains, and there you go. With this, I can see it's wide open. I could go over and buy rushnomad.com. I could easily acquire the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and almost all of these are not taken, and I would have a wide range of selection. So what you would do is you'd go over, you would want to purchase this name and then start registering on all of these different platforms. I really love this tool and think that everyone should use it. The last thing you want to do is come up with that perfect name that you thought was completely original, and then you're able to find the domain name, but then you start exploring and you realize that you can't market this on any platform because that vanity URL is already taken. So definitely check this out. Great tool, highly recommended. And then from here, I want to show you another tool that I really like. It's with GoDaddy, and it's called their bulk tool registration, or bulk registration tool. It's going to give you a way to really explore a variety of similar names, but find what is available. So let's jump over there. You can easily go to Google, GoDaddy, bulk domain, and you're going to find godaddy.com/domains/bulk-domain-search. And the reason I love this is it gives you a lot of room to just type in whatever you want and really explore if this is going to work out and if your domain name will in fact be available. So I'm going to type in a bunch of random names here. And so at this point, I plugged in 7 different names, and as you'll see, again, these are random, but I could go ahead and buy nomadthebeaches.com, rushnomad.com is available, rushnomads.com is available, and searchtheworld.com is not, Wander Travels is not, but you can do this up to 500 different different domains. So it really, really gives you free range to go ahead and type in all of these different ideas. And once you have your couple words that you want to include within your domain name, you can just change them up a little, like travels the world, travel the world. And from there, once you hit enter, it's going to process whether these are available or not. So I love this. I've also taken different names and words within a spreadsheet and scaled it out and then plugged it in here. And then again, once you hit go, it's going to show you right away whether those names are available. So there you see it keeps the names that I already had, and those 2 that I just typed in are unavailable. So play around with this, but even once you get that domain name, I still recommend NameCheck to find out if the usernames are available as well. So that is step 1 on how to pick out a travel blog name that is amazing and everlasting. For a quick bonus, I would also say if you're really stuck, go out and just Google domain name generators, and a lot of these different tools that you'll find are going to help you on your way to picking out that domain name. So there you have it, and I hope you're well on your way. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Step 2, how to set up your blog even with no computer skills. Within step 2, I'm going to go through the full process and try and be as quick as possible to show you just how quick and easy it is to get set up today. So how can you get set up even if you have no computer skills? Well, follow along. First and foremost, I love Bluehost.com. I've used them for all of my websites. And so I have a link here, rushbeyond.com/Bluehost, that you can dive into, and it'll take you over to some great web hosting, and they have great customer service as well. And I'm going to show you how to easily jump into WordPress and get that connected as well. So at this point, rushbeyond.com/Bluehost, hit enter. This will take you right over to bluehost.com where we can get started. So click Get Started Now. There's a couple different plans. You're going to want to choose what is best for you. They have a couple different features here if you want to look through that. Here they have the most recommended. So I'm going to select that. Within this course, I'm just going to run with rushnomad.com. I actually already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in with that. You're going to be asked a variety of different questions, different plans that you might want to pick out. So anywhere from 12 to 60 months. And then your credit card information, and then go ahead and hit submit. So here I'm logged in. You can see rushnomad.com is available. Gonna click on that. It's in my cart. Hit next. As you're going to register this domain, it will give you a couple options, such as whether you want to auto renew, some different privacy settings that you can set right away. It will ask you to agree to the terms of service. And here I have it in my cart. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy this. And there you have it. I bought this, and I will have this for at least a year. And so right here, I can assign this domain name. I'm going to choose Rush Nomad. This will be an add-on. And then assign this domain. So I have quite a few different domain names, but for Rush Nomad right now it's currently unassigned. So it's currently unassigned. I'm going to go find Rush Nomad. And so now we can see that Rush Nomad is an add-on. So at this point, go ahead and click on your hosting tab, and then we can easily install WordPress. If you scroll down here, just with a click of a button, hit install WordPress right here. Find the domain, find your domain. Mine is rushnomad.com. You can hire someone to do this for you, but hopefully after I show you, you're going to see exactly what you need to do. So hit next, confirm that it's safe. Here's my admin and my password, so I'll go ahead and change this real fast. And we're plugging right along, 45% done. Here it's going to give you a lot of options for different themes, and you can easily buy these. There are a lot of free tools as well, which we'll cover in a little bit. So at this point, now I have rushnomad.com and then /WordPress admin, and this is where I'm going to log in. So you're going to want to follow along exactly with your website and do this as well. So my username was my email address, and then enter in my password. And at this point, this is the very first look at rushnomad.com. This is a personal website, and we'll dive in here a little bit further, but this will be your dashboard that you're going to be working out of as you're building your blog. So it might seem interesting at first and a little bit overwhelming, but we'll easily go through and make sure you feel comfortable. And so just like that, you've already jumped in, started your blog, registered your domain name, and set up WordPress within one click. We're well on our way to getting your travel blog all set up. Step 3, learn how your blog works. Within this step, we're just going to have some fun, jump into your blog, and just explore the inner workings of what you're doing with your travel blog. We're going to take a quick look at what your dashboard looks like, a couple of the ins and outs, and just a brief overview tour. I want to show you how today you can do your very first post and get your blog off the ground. And like I just mentioned, you're going to get in there, explore, and just have a little bit of fun getting familiarized with your travel blog. So with rushnomad.com, the very first thing we can do is change that title. And we'll change that to Rush Nomad, the world's best travel blog. It's going to take you through some initial steps here, as we get ready to launch. So are you going to update your site with news or blog posts? Yes. Right away you have an option between basically a chronological web page or a static one-time what you see is what you get web page. I'll go ahead and make this more of a blog style and say most recent news or updates. Right away it's urging me to build a contact us page, but I'll skip that for now. You can connect a connection called Jetpack. Just for now I'll say no. But here we go. Let's launch rushnomad.com or whatever your website is .com. Let's get started. So right away you can customize your website. This is the very first page you'll see, and right now its active theme is 2017. I have the name of my website, my site identity, different colors, header, menus, widgets, homepage, and some additional coding if I would like. And so just scrolling down, this is a brief overview of what the website's going to look like. So we'll come back to this page, but for right now, I really want to show you how to do your first post. So in order to do your first post today, we're going to come to the post section, add new, my first travel post, the best post in the world. So here is your header, the link that's going to pop up, and your post that's going to show up as well. You can hit publish. Here you'll see I can view this post, and rushnomad.com, the world's travel blog, the world's best travel blog, my first travel post, the best post in the world. And you're off and running with your first post, and your travel blog is ready to go. And like I mentioned, just get in here, have some fun, explore, and really dive into different tabs. I could take hours upon hours showing you exactly what you need to do with each and every tab, but for the sake of time and for your convenience, just go in here and click away. There's not too many ways that you can disrupt your website. So if you're fearless and you jump into different tabs, it's going to take you to some different areas where you can scroll around, check out some different themes, and really dive into some different plugins, headers, widgets. Again, once you have a better feel for all of this, it'll make a lot more sense. And with this, the next chapter is going to be about themes, so I won't touch this. But that is a better understanding of how your blog works, so dive in and have some fun. Step 4 is how to make my website look beautiful instantly. And you're going to do this through some different themes. So we'll jump right into the dashboard and look at some different themes. Can you use free themes? Yes, there's a lot of free themes that are available that work just fine. And what are some of the other best themes that are out there and available? So I'll show you a couple different websites and take a look at what it takes to instantly make that website look great. So jumping right back into rushnomad.com, we'll take a quick look at some of the different themes. So you'll come over here to appearance. The first thing right here is themes. You'll see right away that the active theme is 2017. We've taken a look at that before, but there are some other great themes that can change our settings and our appearance in a hurry. So here are some of the generic ones, 2015, 2016, and then you can go to add a new theme as well. And so right away there's some different featured themes that are going to give you a great layout and really easy to use. So we'll just take a quick look at these. But again, right away you can jump into some pretty up-to-date themes that'll give you good navigation and just a good overview of a site. Real fast, we'll look at some different popular themes that are available. So these show some of the most popular on WordPress. And if you are willing to spend a little bit of money, come over here to the Premium tab and you'll be able to purchase some different high-end multi-purpose WordPress themes. A lot of these are very popular and have thousands upon thousands of sales and are a little more adaptable. So you can jump in, look at these, fairly affordable, around $50, $60, $70, depending on what you need. And again, if you are willing to spend a little bit of money, themeforest.net is a great site. It has a bunch of different themes that you can utilize and plug in right away. Some of them have a lot of different responsiveness. You can look at some different themes, whatever's going to best fit your type of website. And just for a quick overview, so you can go to a different theme. You literally, once you hit activate, it will make this new theme your active theme throughout your website. It's going to change everything. You can go ahead and customize it, but now if you jump into your website, if you go visit your website, you'll see already that it's changed the whole layout. You have different columns, different posts, and then you'll be able to plug and play from here with your posts as well as pictures and take it from there. So themes are the easiest and most popular way to transform your site, looking like this all the way to this, and you can change it to anything in between if you find the right theme that fits your needs. So that is step 4 on how to make your website look beautiful instantly. Again, a lot of free resources out there, which I encourage you to look for. And if you are willing to spend money, it's anywhere between like $30 to $70. Anything more expensive than that, and I think you should probably keep looking and try and find something that is a little bit more affordable. I hope that helps, and we'll continue on. We are already at step number 5, and at this point you already have your website up and running. You've connected it to WordPress through Bluehost, and you're all the way to the point where you need to find a logo. It's time to get branded, and I want to show you a bunch of different ways you can go about getting a logo for affordably, easily, and it's going to look great. So first of all, how can you easily get a logo? And can you get a logo for free? That's a question a lot of people have. So first of all, for getting it free, there is a tool that's called Canva, and it helps you easily make your own logos. And if you have a little bit of either designer background or just a good eye for what you want, that's easily achievable. And then what services do I recommend? Well, there are 2 top services that I really recommend. The first one being Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. I highly recommend this. A lot of people love it, and you are able to really get some good logos for only $5. There's a little bit wider spectrum now than there was when this site first started, so you can do anywhere from $5 up to $100, but you can really set your filters to only have it do a $5 logo. And then 99 Designs is very popular. They've been around for many years, and they are known for making great logos with professional designers that can help you along the way and really work with you as your logo's being made. So here is a quick look at canva.com, and I am in no way a professional designer, so I won't give you a full tutorial on this or anything like that. I just want to show you this tool because I've been introduced to it and made a ton of graphics. I still find the logo a little bit challenging, so I like to outsource that. But just for an example, it really allows you to figure out where the center lines are, really align everything. You have access to hundreds of different fonts, a lot of different templates you can draw from, and then I just love how easily you can copy something, you can change the colors in a hurry, and really gives you a lot of liberty to just change things instantly. So if you have a great eye for creating logos or a little bit of experience doing that, I recommend coming over to Canva. You can really plug and play with a lot of templates that are already created, and then you can easily import or add some different pictures from your own database. But this tool is incredible, and I know a lot of people make their logos through this tool. So come check it out. You'll see different elements you can plug in, a lot of different free photos, different shapes, charts, anything you can imagine. And overall, this just keeps it really easy to change things in a hurry. And because I find it still a little difficult for myself to create logos, the one place I'm going to highly recommend is a service called Fiverr. And with Fiverr, you can do a variety of different tasks or marketing or anything across the spectrum. But I know a lot of people get their logos from this site. So if you go ahead, you can search around the site, but if you type in logo right here, a lot of different companies and people are going to show up in regards to making logos. And you'll easily be able to see a lot of reviews as well. So this person has 801 reviews and they're 4.9 star. And the thing I found is these logos that they do make are incredible. So again, as I mentioned, the price can fluctuate a little bit. It can go anywhere up to, here I see $250, here's $750. But what you can do if you really are truly looking for a $5 logo, you can put the price range over here to a maximum of $5. And the nice part is you will still see a good amount of options to choose from. And all of these people do a lot of good work. And so highly recommended. I've used it a lot. I know a lot of professional companies that utilize it. And also the people that work on these logos typically are very responsive and keep on top of it. They will make changes, and if there's something you need to tweak or don't like, they can easily do that. So Fiverr is highly recommended for a logo. And then another very credible website that's been doing logos and marketing forever is a website called 99designs.com. And what they're best known for is basically their process of how it works, that you put out your need for a logo, and then a lot of different professional designers are working on it. And so First there's a brief, then you connect, then you collaborate with the designers, and from there you get your logo. And obviously this is going to change a lot, but it looks like it's flexible. And at this point in time, it does start at $299, but you're paying for top quality performance, a lot of great designers. And again, I know a lot of people that have utilized this and been very happy with their service. So something to consider. So if you need a logo, it is getting easier and easier and more affordable than ever. Here's the recommendations I have for different sites, and I hope this helps you as you're starting your branding and getting your logo completed. Step 6, the essential plugins for WordPress. So with this, we're going to look at some of the most essential plugins for WordPress. I want to talk a little bit about what a plugin is. Do you really need these plugins, and which plugins I recommend, as well as other professionals out there, and what's needed for most travel blogs. So let's dive into our dashboard and we'll talk further about plugins. So looking at the dashboard, you want to come over to this tab here, click on plugins, and it's going to bring up a variety of different plugins that you already have active, which ones you need to update, a couple that you must use. And plugins in general are some easy tools that are going to make your life a lot easier. So for example, if you want to hook up your analytics, instead of being someone that codes and jumps into the code of the website, there's a lot of different Google Analytics plugins where you'll just take one piece of code and put it in or plug it in, and it's going to help you throughout your whole site. So there's a lot of variety with plugins. Some are for different sign-up forms, helping you create emails or pages that will help people opt in. If you click Add New Plugin, you're going to be brought to where there's a ton of different options. So for example, something like BuddyPress is basically going to let you create your own community with your website, let people create their own profiles, and you'll just see a ton of different options. So whether it's Facebook or posts or sidebars or widgets, these are what plugins are all about, is being able to make your life a little bit easier without doing a ton of the coding on the backside. And so you might say, do I really need plugins? Well, the truth is, just about anything you can think of that you might want on your website, there's probably something already made for a plugin. So for example, if you wanted some social icons, what you can do is come over here, type in social, and then you'll even see right away here that there's different social media share buttons and social sharing icons. And instead of going into each and every web page that you've created, this easy plugin, you literally click install now and you have the functionality of something that would be a lot harder to code yourself. And so now I'll talk about the top plugins that I recommend. And again, there's hundreds, so I'm only going to talk about my top plugins. So not in specific order, but I would say Yoast SEO. It already has 1 million active installations, and it's something that you can definitely benefit from. It's going to show you how well written your articles are or your posts are, and gives you overall SEO or search optimization, helps you write better content and fully optimize your site. So I highly recommend this and use this on just about every site I've ever used. Jetpack right here is another one that's a great plugin. What Jetpack does is it helps show your stats, your related posts. It helps with search engine optimization, social sharing, backup, and more. And again, over 1 million people utilize this, and it has over 4 stars. Contact form, that's something that's very simplistic, easy to use, and over 1 million people utilize this as well. But this is something that if you do need a contact form, you can come here, install it, and get started right away. One last plugin that's highly recommended and a lot of people use is this plugin called WooCommerce, and it's a very powerful tool that helps you basically sell any products or services within your website. And I don't want to run through all of these. What I do is encourage you to come through here, and anything you can think of that you might want on your website, always check with plugins to see if that idea has already been created. So there's different featured ones, popular ones. There is a recommended tab, a lot of favorites, and then premium, meaning you'll have to pay a little bit. So come here, check this out. If you have any kind of email service or any other services you utilize, there's probably a plugin that does help integrate that within your website. So there are your essential plugins, or the top plugins that I recommend. And if you have any that you really in particular utilize, please let me know, and we'll keep moving on to the end here. We are now at step number 7, the final step of this course, and it's how can I make money blogging? oftentimes people's favorite question and what they're very most curious about. So let's jump into it. So first of all, how can I make money with a travel blog? Well, there are a lot of little ways I want to dive into, and I'll show you some brief overviews, but some of the ways are through advertising, affiliate marketing, making your own products and services, and really doing this through building out your brand. How much money will I make? A question that is very difficult to answer because it all depends on your audience, the amount of brand loyalty you've built up, and everything like that. But I can say for the most part, most travel bloggers, it does take a good 6 to 12 months to start seeing some income. It does take a while to build that trust and that loyalty with your fan base. And as you progress, it does have the compounding effect of selling more and developing more of an audience. So to give you a better idea, some of the top travel bloggers, and I don't have exact stats on this, I just know I've followed a ton of travel bloggers along the way, and I think that the top travel bloggers start to make thousands of dollars per month, trickling into a six-figure income, and I think maybe 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 once they become very, very well established. But again, it's like any industry, it's how much time and effort and how well you're able to build your business. And then what are the quickest and easiest ways to start making money? That's another huge question that everyone is asking. And I can say, as far as quickest, there are a lot of ways that you can simply throw up ads on your site, but I don't know if that is necessarily the easiest. The easiest might be through developing your audience and really starting to connect with people for the long term and having customers instead of one-time buyers. So with this, I just want to jump into a couple of the different ways that you can make money with travel blogging that are most popular. So one of the most well-known ways is through Google AdSense, and AdSense is where you're plugging in different ads throughout your site, and it really, once people click on those ads, you are making either a couple cents or a couple dollars per click. And so if you come over to google.com/AdSense, you can get started, sign up, and start plugging in different advertisements on your site today. Another option is affiliate marketing, and one great option for this is Amazon Associates. And so you'll have to go to Google Amazon Associates and get signed up for an account. But once you do, it'll look something like this, where if you're in Amazon, you can click on, say, a backpack, and then if you want to recommend it, you're able to make your own links, your own images, your own text and images. But if you click on this here, again, I have it fully set up and have been utilizing it for several years. But if you click on this, I'll have my own private code where if I post this and then someone goes ahead and clicks on this and they buy this product or any product, that's one of the nice parts about Amazon is once they click through to Amazon and buy basically anything after that, if you're the referring partner, then you're going to make a cut off of that. So for something like this, $125, you might make anywhere from a couple dollars to several dollars, depending on your account and how well you're doing at promoting products. And one of the last ways is making your own product or service. So for example, here's a travel blogger that has gone through the process of making his own photography course and has this set up to sell for right around $80 and sells hundreds of these per year or even thousands. So that's a great way, is creating your own brand, your own products, and really staying after it. And so with that, there's just a couple ways that you can make money travel blogging. If you have any questions, reach out to me directly or any ideas, and would love to connect with you further. Again, there are several other ways. Just make sure you stay business-minded, open-minded, and continually network with others. So I hope this helps, and we'll move on to the very final tips that I have for you. Throughout this course, for creating a travel blog, there's been a lot of tools and resources that have been mentioned. So I'll follow up and get you a sheet that you can download that will include all of these tools. A very brief overview is that there's rushbeyond.com/Bluehost if you want to go ahead and get started today. You can easily install your WordPress.com. There's several resources for themes. For your logo, I highly recommend Fiverr and 99 Designs. and keep an eye out for the resource that you can download, which is going to include anything and everything that I've mentioned throughout this course, as well as anything that I've updated. So if you have any resources that you love to utilize that you think should be included, please let me know and I will continue to update this along the way. So thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy the download and we'll be in touch. So you've made it all the way to the end of the course and now you want to know what the next steps are. Well, I highly encourage you to take time today to go through everything we just talked about and be ready to become an amazing travel blogger. So you have all the tools, all the resources. Now you need to take the time and just start today. So again, my conclusions and final thoughts: don't wait to build your blog. Go ahead and dive in today. Go back to any video you might need to view, but make it happen. One thing you're going to run into, and I can guarantee it, is that you're going to be overcritical. Whenever anyone starts out, they always find little reasons why they need to stop and really focus in or learn more and read and read and read. But don't do that. Don't be overcritical of your design, your content, your thoughts, your feelings. Just jump in and go for it. Follow your gut and follow the research that's been provided throughout this program, and you'll be just fine. So the sooner you start, the better. I'm re-emphasizing that because so many people let years go by before they ever start their travel blog, and they always regret it. So I'm not going to let you be one of those people. Get out there, get it done. And at the end of the day, make sure you're having fun. All this is a lot of fun, a great way to connect with friends, family, reflect on your experiences, share your travels, and ultimately have a very, very fun time. And so with that, I wanted to provide you with one last tip that I've found to help me out a ton. And that is my very final tip that I've utilized over the last couple years, and as technology's gotten better, is that you can use voice to text. So as promised, here's my one tip that I don't think a lot of people utilize, but it's using voice to text. I found that you can type anywhere from maybe 30 to 60 words per minute, which isn't a lot. It doesn't go a long ways. And if you use voice to text, which is becoming very, very accurate these days, it's about 150 words or so. So if you're a fast typer and a mid-range speaker, you can do it at about 3 times the typing speed. And I can guarantee for some of you out there, you're going to tell me right away that you've tried this and it's tough. And yes, it is tough, but if you stick with it for a good couple months, you'll find that voice to text will take your blog to the next level. And with that, I want to say a big thank you to you and for following along on this program. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that this really provides a ton of value to you. If you do go ahead, or not if, but when you go ahead and start your travel blog, let me know. I'd love to follow along, read up on your adventures, and enjoy this process with you. If you have time, please leave a great review, and I just really appreciate it. And that's all I have for you, so enjoy making your blog and have safe travels.